Welcome back to the channel. Coins purchasers. Could a simple penny from 1964 make you a millionaire? It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1964 Lincoln cent, a coin that could be hiding in your change jar and might be worth a fortune. Stay tuned to find out what makes this penny so valuable, how to spot it, and what collectors are paying for it today. The 1964 Lincoln cent is a part of the iconic Lincoln penny series that started way back in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1964, the penny had already become a cornerstone of American coinage. The D mint mark indicates that these coins were struck at the Denver Mint, one of the United States' key mints during that time. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies, over 3.8 billion, to be exact. But wait! With so many minted, how could one of these coins possibly be worth millions? The answer lies in rarity, errors, and high-grade condition. Let's break it down. Not all 1964 Lincoln pennies are created equal. Here are the top factors that could make your coin extremely valuable. Some 1964 pennies have unique minting errors, like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. These errors occurred during the minting process and make the coin highly collectible. For example, a double die obverse coin, where the text or image appears doubled, could fetch thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Most pennies from 1964 have been heavily circulated, meaning they've been scratched, dinged, or worn down over time. However, a 1964 penny in mint state condition, that's uncirculated and perfectly preserved, can skyrocket in value. A penny graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC could be worth over $10,000. There are rumors of proof-like 1964 pennies accidentally struck at the Denver Mint. These coins have a mirror-like finish typically reserved for proof coins and are considered exceptionally rare. Let's talk numbers. In recent years, collectors and investors have shelled out jaw-dropping amounts for rare Lincoln cents. For example, in 2019, a 1964 penny with a rare mint error sold at auction $4,500. In 2022, another example graded MS 67 red fetched nearly $10,000. But here's where it gets exciting. If a previously unknown error or proof-like variant were to surface, experts believe it could fetch hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. So, that old penny you've been ignoring in your drawer. It could change your life. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1964 penny is valuable? Follow these steps. Look for the small d below the year. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the letters or numbers, and any unusual features like misstrikes or die cracks. Is your coin shiny and free from scratches? The better its condition, the higher its grade, and the more valuable it could be. If you think you've got a winner, send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can mean the difference between a $10 coin and a $10,000 coin. But why would anyone pay so much for a penny? The answer lies in the world of numismatics. Rare coins like the 1964 Lincoln cent represent a piece of history. For collectors, owning a high-grade or error coin is like holding a time capsule in their hands, a tangible connection to the past. And let's not forget, the thrill of the hunt. Treasure hunters and collectors are always looking for the next big discovery, driving up demand and prices. So, could the 1964 penny in your collection make you a millionaire? The answer is, maybe. While most 1964 pennies are worth only face value, rare errors, high grades, and unique variants could turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary payday. Take the time to check your pocket change, search through old coin jars, and don't underestimate the value of a penny. Who knows? You might just be holding $1 million coin without even realizing it. Imagine this: you're rummaging through an old coin jar or checking the spare change in your car, and you come across an ordinary-looking penny. But what if that penny, specifically, a 1964 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark, was worth not $1, not 100, but millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because in this video, we're uncovering the incredible story of the 1964 Lincoln penny, why it's a collector's dream, and how you can identify if the one in your pocket is a hidden fortune. Don't miss a second of this, your next coin hunt could change your life. Before we dive into the value, let's take a step back in time to understand why the 1964 penny is such an iconic piece of American coinage. The 1960s was a period of immense change for the United States. From the civil rights movement to the space race, it was an era of innovation and transformation. And even the pennies in your pocket were affected by the times. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's centennial, had become a symbol of American heritage by the 1960s. In 1964, the Denver Mint produced over 3.8 billion pennies, making it one of the most common coins of its time. But, as with many things in history, the value isn't just in the quantity, it's in the rarities and anomalies that slip through the cracks. So, how did this ordinary coin become the centerpiece of coin collectors' dreams? The answer lies in mint errors, historical context, and exceptional preservation. Let's break it all down. One of the biggest reasons certain 1964 pennies are worth a fortune is the presence of mint errors. Errors are mistakes that occur during the coin-making process, and they can make a seemingly ordinary coin incredibly rare and valuable. Let's look at some of the most famous errors found in 1964 Lincoln pennies. This happens when a coin is struck twice with a slightly misaligned die, creating a doubled appearance on the text or image. Look closely at the date 1964 or the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you spot any doubling, you might be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. In 1964, mint marks were punched manually onto coin dies. Occasionally, the mint worker's hand slipped, resulting in a mint mark being struck twice, slightly off-center. This creates a unique and valuable error known as an RPM.AN off-center strike. Occurs when a coin isn't properly aligned in the press, leading to a partially blank or skewed design. These coins can sell for hundreds, or even thousands, depending on the degree of misalignment. Overused dies sometimes develop cracks, which can leave raised lines or blobs on the coin. These imperfections, called cuds or die cracks, make each error coin one of a kind. Collectors love them. While mint errors make a coin unique, the condition of the coin is just as important when determining its value. Coin collectors and investors use a grading scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most circulated examples are only worth face value, but uncirculated coins, graded as MS 65 or higher, can sell for thousands of dollars. One of the most sought-after designations is the red, RD, color. Lincoln pennies naturally darken over time, turning a brownish color. But if your 1964 penny still has its original, bright copper shine, it's considered red, and its value increases exponentially. Now, let's talk money. The 1964 Lincoln penny has already made headlines for fetching incredible prices at auctions. Here are some real-life examples. A mint state 67 red 1964 penny sold for over $10,000 at an auction in 2021. A unique error coin from 1964 fetched $5,500, proving that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for even subtle anomalies. But here's the kicker: if a new variety or previously undiscovered error were to surface, such as a double die obverse in perfect condition, experts predict it could fetch hundreds of thousands, or even millions, at auction. Finding a valuable coin is only half the battle. Here's what you need to do next: check your change jars, old piggy banks, or inherited coin collections. Look for 1964 pennies with mint errors or in exceptional condition. Invest in a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to spot details like doubling or die cracks. Never clean your coins. Even minor cleaning can lower a coin's value. Use gloves to avoid damaging the surface. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, making it easier to sell at top dollar. Why would someone spend millions on a penny? For collectors, coins are more than just currency, they're pieces of history, art, and culture. Rare coins like the 1964 D. Lincoln penny represent the thrill of discovery, a connection to the past, and the satisfaction of owning something truly unique. And as more people enter the hobby of coin collecting, the demand for rare coins continues to grow, driving prices even higher. So, is the 1964 D penny in your possession a jackpot waiting to be uncovered? The answer lies in the details. With mint errors, high grades, and unique variants, it's entirely possible that a penny worth millions is hiding right under your nose. Take a closer look at your coins, and who knows? You might just discover a piece of history that changes your financial future forever. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below about your favorite coin finds. Together, we're turning spare change into treasure. Happy collecting! Could a single penny make you a millionaire? Sounds too good to be true, right? But in the world of rare coins, a simple 1968 penny with a tiny D mint mark could potentially change your life. Yes, you heard that right, these 1-cent coins might just be worth millions. Curious to know how? Stay tuned as we uncover the fascinating history, unique features, and mind-blowing values of the 1968 D penny. You won't want to miss this. To truly understand the value of the 1968 D penny, we first need to dive into its history. The year 1968 was an important time for the United States Mint. Following the end of the silver coinage era in 1964, the focus shifted to producing coins with more affordable materials. Pennies during this time were primarily made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them their characteristic reddish-brown shine. In 1968, the Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark, produced millions of pennies. In fact, over 2.8 billion pennies were struck at the Denver Mint that year. However, despite this large number, some unique variations and errors from this production run have made certain 1968 D pennies incredibly valuable today. So, what makes some of these pennies worth more than their weight in gold, literally? Well, there are a few factors that contribute to their astronomical value: rarity, errors, condition, and historical significance. One of the most sought-after reasons for a 1968 D penny to fetch high prices is minting errors. Errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production process, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these mistakes. Here are a few examples. Double die errors. Look closely at the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's portrait on the penny. If you notice a doubling effect, you might have a double die error. These errors can add thousands, or even millions, to the coin's value. Off-center strikes. If the design of the penny is misaligned or struck off-center, it becomes a rare collector's item. Missing mint marks. Some 1968 pennies may appear without the D mint mark, which could be the result of a minting oversight. These coins are especially valuable. Clipped planchets. This occurs when the metal blank used to create the coin is improperly cut, leaving part of the penny with a clipped edge. Next is the coin's condition, or what experts call its grade. A 1968 D penny in circulated condition might only be worth its face value or a few cents above. However, in mint state condition, where the coin is almost flawless, its value can skyrocket. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are what collectors dream of. Imagine owning a shiny 1968 D penny in pristine condition. It could fetch thousands at auction. Interestingly, 1968 pennies contain a significant amount of copper, making them unique compared to modern pennies, which are primarily made of zinc with a copper coating. With the increasing cost of copper and the historical importance of pre-1982 pennies, these coins are now more desirable than ever. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping sales that have stunned the coin collecting world. Did you know that a 1968 D penny with a rare double die error sold for over $40,000 at auction? And that's not even the most expensive penny ever sold. Experts speculate that an undiscovered 1968 D penny with a significant error, in perfect mint state, could be worth millions of dollars. Collectors and investors are always on the hunt for these hidden treasures, hoping to find that one coin that could set a new record. And who knows, maybe the next record-breaking penny is sitting in your loose change jar right now. Alright, so you're probably wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies? Here's how you can find out: look for the D below the date. If it's missing or unusual, it could be valuable. Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin for doubling, off-center strikes, or other irregularities. If the penny looks uncirculated or has minimal wear, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Once you've identified a potentially valuable penny, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. This will not only confirm its authenticity but also help determine its value in the marketplace. Coins like the 1968 D penny aren't just pieces of metal, they're pieces of history. Each coin tells a story of the time it was made, the craftsmanship behind it, and its journey through decades of use. And when a coin becomes a rare collector's item, it bridges the past with the present, capturing the hearts of enthusiasts and investors alike. So, do you have a 1968 D penny sitting in your coin jar, pocket, or old collection? Don't overlook it, it could be the key to your fortune. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and share this with your friends so they can check their pennies too. Who knows? The next millionaire might be watching this video right now. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, could this penny be worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1978 Lincoln penny. Stick around because you might just discover that one of these pennies lying forgotten in a jar could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the iconic profile of Lincoln on the obverse has remained largely unchanged for over a century. Fast forward to 1978, this was a fascinating year in history. Jimmy Carter was president, disco fever was still alive, and the U.S. Mint was cranking out millions of pennies at its facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But not all 1978 pennies are created equal. Some are hiding unique features and errors that make them incredibly valuable today. Let's talk numbers. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark. In total, 5.5 billion pennies were minted that year. While that might sound like a lot, only a tiny fraction of these coins are rare and valuable today. The key lies in their mint marks, condition, and, most importantly, rare errors that occurred during the minting process. Now, you're probably wondering, what makes a 1978 penny worth more than 1 cent? Let's break it down. The 1978 pennies from Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, are generally more sought after than those without a mint mark from Philadelphia. The San Francisco pennies are particularly rare in uncirculated or proof condition. Look for coins with double die obverse, DDO, errors, where parts of the design are doubled, especially around the date or the word Liberty. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where the design appears misaligned. The die crack error or cut error, which shows a raised blob on the surface of the coin, is also a jackpot find. Coins graded as MS 65 or higher, mint state, by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Proof coins with mirror-like surfaces are even more valuable. The 1978 penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. With the rising value of copper, even the metal content adds a layer of value. Here's where it gets exciting. Some 1978 pennies have shattered expectations at auctions. A 1978 S-proof penny, graded PR 70 DCAM, perfect condition, sold for over $2,500 in a recent auction. A rare 1978 D penny with a double die obverse was auctioned for nearly $10,000, and get this, a 1978 penny with a unique off-center error was valued at a whopping $15,000. but the holy grail of 1978 pennies is the rumor of a mint-era coin so rare that it could fetch millions. Imagine stumbling across one of these in your change. Want to know if you're holding a fortune in your hand? Here's how to check: examine the mint mark. Use a magnifying glass to check for any unusual features around the mint mark. Inspect for errors, look for doubling, misalignment, or cracks in the design. Check the condition. Coins with no scratches, shiny surfaces, and crisp details are the most valuable. Get it graded. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official grade and authentication. Pro tip: always handle your coin by the edges and store it in a protective case to preserve its condition. Once you've identified your rare penny, it's time to cash in. Here are the best ways to sell: online auctions. Platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions are great for reaching collectors worldwide. Coin dealers: visit a reputable coin dealer for an appraisal. Coin shows: these events are perfect for networking with collectors and buyers. Remember, patience is key. Rare coins often fetch higher prices when sold at the right time to the right buyer. So, the next time you're sorting through your pocket change or that old jar of coins, keep an eye out for a 1978 penny. It could be your golden, or should I say copper, ticket to a life-changing payday, whether it's the Denver D, San Francisco S, or even a Philadelphia no-mint mark penny. The possibilities are endless. Who knows? You might just be holding $1 million treasure in your hand. Imagine finding a tiny treasure hidden in your pocket change that could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent coins, a year that produced some of the rarest and most valuable pennies in history. From their intriguing history to their jaw-dropping values at auctions, get ready to uncover the secrets of these legendary coins. Let's travel back to 1979, a year of disco, classic cars, and significant milestones in the United States Mint. This was a pivotal time for coin collectors. Why? Because the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies that year. But hidden among these coins were a few remarkable treasures that would later become the holy grail for collectors worldwide. The Lincoln penny was introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1979, this iconic coin had already been circulating for 70 years, proudly featuring Victor David Brenner's famous design of Lincoln on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1979 penny special? This was a year that produced several variations and errors, turning these ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. And for collectors, it's all about the mint marks, errors, and rarity. Before we dive into values, let's talk about mint marks. In 1979, pennies were produced at 3 main mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each coin carries a tiny letter under the year to show where it was minted. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, produced billions of coins, but some have unique errors. Denver Mint, D, known for its distinct quality and occasional mistakes. San Francisco Mint, S, produced proof coins, designed for collectors, with a special mirror-like finish. While most 1979 pennies are common, certain rare varieties with errors or unique characteristics have become incredibly valuable. Now, let's get to the exciting part: error coins. These are coins that left the mint with mistakes, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Here are the top errors you should look out for in 1979 pennies. This error occurs when the design on the front of the coin is doubled. Look closely at the date, 1979, the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. If you see doubling, you might have a jackpot penny. These pennies were struck improperly, resulting in the design being off-center. The more off-center, the more valuable they are. This happens when the mint mark, such as the D or S, was punched more than once, creating a doubled appearance. Collectors love these quirky errors. Some 1979 pennies might have been struck on leftover planchets, blank coins, from other years, such as a rare 40% silver planchet used for dimes or other materials. These are some of the rarest coins ever found. Now, let's talk numbers. just how much can a 1979 penny be worth? While most are worth face value, these rare variations and errors have fetched mind-blowing prices at auctions. The San Francisco Mint released two versions of proof coins in 1979. The Type 1 has a blurry mint mark, while the Type 2 has a sharp and clear mint mark. The Type 2 is incredibly rare, with collectors willing to pay thousands of dollars for one in pristine condition. One such coin sold for over $12,000. A stunning 1979 D penny with a double die obverse was sold for over $10,000 at a major auction. These errors are like gold to collectors. Depending on how dramatic the error is, off-center strikes from 1979 can range from $500 to $5,000. One of the rarest finds is a 1979 penny struck on a dime planchet. These coins can sell for over $50,000. Imagine finding one of these treasures in your pocket change. A flawless 1979 penny graded as MS-68 by PCGS or NGC, the top grading agencies, could be worth over $7,000 to $15,000. And the rarer the error, the higher the price. Think you might have a rare 1979 penny? Here's how to check. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the mint mark and date for any doubling or unusual features. Examine the coin's edges. Errors like clipped planchets or off-center strikes are easy to spot. Check the condition. The better the coin's condition, the higher its grade, and the more valuable it will be. Finally, consider getting your coin professionally graded by agencies like PCGS or NGC to determine its true worth. As you can see, the humble 1979 penny isn't so humble after all. With rare errors, unique proof coins, and incredible auction records, these pennies are worth far more than 1 cent. So the next time you're sorting through your change, take a second look. You might just be holding a coin worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Did you know that a simple penny in your pocket could potentially be worth a fortune? Yes, we're talking about the 1982 D Lincoln penny, a coin that could make you a millionaire. Stay tuned as we uncover its fascinating history, the secrets behind its rarity, and why collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for this tiny piece of copper and zinc. Let's take a trip back in time to 1982. It was a year of major change for the U.S. Mint. Up until then, Lincoln pennies were primarily made from copper. But due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint made a groundbreaking decision to switch the penny's composition from 95% copper to a more affordable mix of zinc coated with a thin layer of copper. This transition took place in the middle of 1982, which means pennies from that year were struck in two different compositions, copper and zinc. The weight of the penny became a key identifier for collectors. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. This makes 1982 a very unique year for the Lincoln cent, and some coins from this transition year are now considered extremely valuable. Now, let's talk about the 1982 D penny. The D Mint mark signifies that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint produced both copper and zinc pennies that year, adding another layer of complexity to the 1982 series. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some of these pennies are now considered one of the rarest varieties ever discovered. In 1982, the U.S. Mint accidentally created a very small number of 1982 D small date copper pennies, which weren't supposed to exist. These coins were struck in error and are now highly sought after by collectors. So, why is the 1982 D small date copper penny worth so much? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Only a handful of these coins have ever been found. In fact, it wasn't until 2017 that the first 1982 D small date copper penny was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. Since then, only a few others have surfaced, making it one of the rarest Lincoln pennies in existence. One of these rare pennies sold at auction for an astounding $18,800. And experts believe that if another one comes to market, it could sell for even more, potentially reaching a value of $1 million or more as collectors fight to own this elusive treasure. Now, here's how you can identify if you have one of these valuable coins. First, look for the small date. The key difference between a small date and a large date lies in the shape and positioning of the numbers in the date. On a small date, the 8 and 2 are slightly thinner, and the top of the 2 aligns perfectly with the top of the 1 in the date. On a large date, the 2 appears thicker and is slightly higher than the 1. Next, check the weight of your penny. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. To check the weight, you'll need a digital scale with high precision. If your 1982D penny has a small date and weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations, you may be holding a fortune in your hands. So, where can you find one of these rare pennies? Start by searching your spare change, old piggy banks, and coin jars. You can also buy rolls of pennies from the bank or visit flea markets and garage sales. Many people overlook pennies, so you might just get lucky and find a hidden treasure. And remember, patience is key. It might take some time, but the thrill of discovering a valuable coin is worth the effort. The 1982D small date copper penny is like the holy grail for penny collectors. It's not just about the monetary value, it's about owning a piece of history, something that represents a unique moment in the evolution of U.S. coinage. The 1982D small date copper penny is a testament to how something as small as a penny can hold immense historical and monetary value. So, don't underestimate the power of the coins in your pocket. You never know when you might strike gold, or in this case, copper. Now, it's your turn. Go check your coin stash and let us know in the comments if you find anything interesting. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the fascinating world of coin collecting. Imagine this, a simple penny, just a single cent, sitting in your wallet, your drawer, or even in your pocket change, could be worth $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly the story of the 1992 Lincoln penny with the right mint mark and a fascinating twist in its design. Keep watching, and by the end of this video, you might be rushing to check your spare change. The 1992 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which began all the way back in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, this penny has seen many changes, from its metal composition to its design. But in 1992, something incredible happened at the United States Mint, something that turned an ordinary coin into one of the most sought-after rarities in the numismatic world. To understand why the 1992 penny can be worth so much, we need to talk about a small but critical detail on the coin, the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the penny. This spacing is what sets apart the rare 1992 close AM penny from the regular wide AM pennies produced that year. Here's what happened. In 1992, the U.S. Mint was preparing to update the reverse design of the penny for the following year, 1993. However, some coins were mistakenly struck with the close AM reverse die intended for 1993, rather than the regular wide AM die used in 1992. This accidental mix-up created one of the most valuable penny varieties in existence today. Let's talk numbers. Out of the billions of pennies minted in 1992, only a tiny fraction were struck with the close AM reverse design. While the exact number is unknown, coin experts estimate that fewer than 20 examples of the 1992 close AM penny from the Philadelphia Mint have been discovered so far. Even rarer are the 1992D close AM pennies from the Denver Mint, with only a handful confirmed to exist. This extreme rarity is what makes these pennies so valuable. They're like the holy grail for penny collectors. Okay, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much are these pennies worth? Well, in 2017, a pristine 1992 close AM penny from the Philadelphia Mint sold at auction for an astonishing $25,000. But wait, it gets even better. In 2021, a 1992 D close AM penny in near-perfect condition, graded MS 67, sold for a jaw-dropping $30,000. And experts believe that if a close AM penny in even better condition were to surface, it could easily fetch over $100,000 at auction. Some collectors even speculate that the right penny could break the $1 million mark. Now, here's how you can check your own pennies to see if you've struck gold, or rather, copper. Flip your penny over and focus on the word America. If the letters A and M are nearly touching, you might have a close AM penny. If there's a noticeable gap, it's a wide AM penny, which is common. If your penny has no mint mark, it's from the Philadelphia Mint. If it has a small D below the date, it's from the Denver Mint. Both close AM varieties are valuable, but the Denver version is rarer. Coins in better condition are worth significantly more. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for scratches, wear, or damage. If you think you found a 1992 close AM penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and grade. The story of the 1992 close AM penny is a reminder of how even the smallest mistakes can lead to big discoveries. These coins tell a story of meticulous craftsmanship, accidental rarity, and the thrill of the hunt for collectors around the world. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, dig through those old coin jars, and see if you've been sitting on a treasure all along. Who knows, you might just have a $1 million penny hiding in plain sight.